Disability is a human rights issue. People are disabled biologically, not just their bodies. Many people live with some form of disability. 5.1 of disabled men are unemployed, but we are available to bring hungry, having access to safe water and sufficient housing. People with disabilities can live and participate in the community. Why won't you give me a chance?
There are currently over 2 million female veterans in the United States. The unemployment rate of post 9/11 veterans is 6.2%. Veterans make up 12% of the adult homeless population. 70% of veterans suffer from substance abuse. 50% experience mental health issues such as post-traumatic stress disorder, which makes it hard to hold down a job. 844,000 veterans currently looking for jobs. I have great leadership skills, I'm loyal, I perform well under stress, and I'm the definition of teamwork. Why won't you give me a chance?
Go ahead.
The rate of retirement is rising fast, productivity grows as a worker ages and becomes more experienced. Mature employees are less likely to get hurt on the job because they minimize risk. Older workers take a sense of pride in a job well done. Because my children are grown, I am less likely to request time off and I am more flexible with my schedule. 2% of people 55 years and older are unemployed. Why won't you give me a chance?
In 2014, a total of 1,016,518 persons became lawful permanent residents of the United States. More than 40 million people that have different cultural backgrounds reside in the United States in 2012. Immigrants comprise 16% of the United States labor force, and 20% live below the poverty line. Asian American spending is supposed to increase from $113 billion to $229 billion. 8,000,2002 people, or 5% of the U.S. workforce, are Asian Americans. Between 2000 and 2050, new immigrants and their children will account for 83% of the growth in the working age population. By 2050, I will no longer be considered a minority in the United States. Why won't you give me a chance? 63% of young workers 25 and under have a bachelor's degree but can't use it. This generation is almost twice as likely as the average American to have majored in neuroscience, bioengineering, or entrepreneurial studies. Millennials are now the largest generation in the labor force. Young working women aged 16 to 24 now earn 93% of what men earn, while their mother's generation still earn 83% of what their fathers do. There are more than 75 million people ages 18 to 35 in the United States. In 2013, 10% of people in my age group were unemployed. I am experienced in 21st century trends, I can offer a fresh perspective, and I am tech savvy. Why won't you give me a chance?
Ready?
Yeah.
In the United States, 1.6% are gay or lesbian, and 0.71 are bisexual.
There's no state-level protection for sexual orientation in 29 of 50 U.S. states.
This means employees can be fired for being lesbian, gay, or bisexual.
More than half the LGBT workers hide their sexual orientation at work.
The LGBT community earns as little as 68 cents for every dollar a heterosexual man earns.
64% of transgender people report incomes below $25,000.
3.4% of Americans identify as LGBT.
Do not assume that everyone is heterosexual.
Don't judge my work experience and qualifications based on who I love.
Why won't you give me a chance?
$72 million, or 58.6% of women participate in the labor force. Women comprise 47% of the total U.S. labor force. The unemployment rate for women is 8.6%. 29.6% of women 25 and older have a bachelor's degree. 59% of minimum wage earners are women. 17 million women make less than $25,000 per year despite working full-time all year long. Gender inequalities are still a huge threat in the United States, where a woman still only makes 77 cents per every dollar earned by a man. Companies greatly benefit from increasing leadership opportunities for women. It increases organizational effectiveness. Why won't you give me a chance?
Nearly 50% of Americans under 18 are minorities. By 2030, the majority of people under 18 will be of color. By 2042, non-whites will be the majority of the population. African Americans will spend $1.3 trillion on consumer goods. More than 20% of the African American working population over 16 years of age are employees of the federal, local, and state government. African Americans make up 671 of the NFL players. 42 million people identify as black. The unemployment rate of African Americans with a 4-year degree is double that of whites with similar degrees. 37% of the homeless population is black. 63% of African Americans are out of work and make up only 11% of the United States workforce. Don't tell me you don't see color. Why don't you give me a chance?
Hello. This video showed you different people from all different walks of life with different skill set levels and qualifications. Yet many of them remain unemployed, while the unemployment rate of the country is at an all-time high. And yet organizations still feel that they must hire the average-aged white, blue-collared male to perform duties that any person speaking in this video could have accomplished. The goal for successful organization is to lead a diverse employment base to better fit the needs of a diverse customer base. America is becoming more diverse every day, and by 2050 there will be no minority groups. All of these different groups are what make a successful and diverse organization, with fresh ideas mixing with experiences and mingling in with backgrounds. The door opens to a new way of thinking. The organization becomes as authentic as the employees that work there. There are many strategies that an employer can propose to create a diverse and inclusive working environment. First, a company should look beyond compliance. Diversity is about more than filling quotas. It is about building a workforce that is as diverse as your customer base. Always identify new talent pools. Look beyond the traditional new hire sources to recruit. As long as you continue doing things the same way, you'll continue getting the same results. Try to mentor your new employees. This can be important to integrating, developing, and retaining these employees. Communication is very important. Leaders should have an open door policy when it comes to the voices of their employees. Clear, open, and effective communication optimizes the opportunity for discussions regarding inclusion and discrimination. Also, be prepared to accept constructive criticism, new ideas, and feedbacks. Your best ideas may come in form of an employee suggestion, but most of all, lead by example. Embrace diversity in the workplace, and remember, it starts with you. Good luck.